All right. Well, today's Monday. So this is the start of day 3 of the adventure. I didn't get any filming done the last couple days, really. Yeah, I got some stuff, and I'm putting up some reels and shorts and stuff up on the Instagrams and the YouTubes here, and but ended up having a little bit of a deviation from my original plan. I was going to go down 81 to Knoxville and take the 40 across, but I got going down 81 and I hit the 64, and I was like, I've never taken the 64 west before. Let me go check that out. So I pulled off on the side of the interstate and pulled my map out. I have a big road atlas, and I pulled that out and took a look, and I was like, yeah, I can take it this way, go up that way, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I did. So I ended up heading west on 64 over into West Virginia. I ended up spending that first night. I didn't make it real far because I got a late start on Saturday. By the time I got everything up and loaded and packed up and whatnot, it was a little bit later, and I only got like 274 miles, about 6.5 hours of driving in on Saturday. So I stopped at New River Gorge National Park and Preserve, nation's newest national park, if you didn't know that. But stopped there. Place I didn't get to, like explore, but drove around a little bit, and kind of a unique national park. There's no like entrance gate or anything like that. It's all completely free. You got a bunch of really, really nice primitive camping. I don't really call it primitive camping. The only reason they call it primitive camping because there's no water or electric. I mean, there's little campsites, and I backed the truck up in, and there was a picnic table and fire ring, and made some dinner and set my tent up and made a fire and hung out. But it was cool. It didn't cost me a thing. So did that, and then got up the next morning. It was snowing, a little bit of snow and sleet mixed in, and cold. It was down in the low 30s at night. But I was nice and toasty in my sleeping bag, I can tell you that. But yeah, I got up, made some breakfast, made some coffee, and got on the road, and I ended up putting in, so I kept heading west out of there, and took the 64. It goes up through Charleston, and then drops down over to Kentucky. So I ended up coming across the southern portion of Kentucky on the Kentucky Parkway, and made it all the way. I was able to push a little farther and made it into southeast Missouri, which is where I'm at right now. I'm in just outside Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and racked out at the on a portion of the Mark Twain National Forest. A pretty fragmented national forest. I was looking on Onyx and checking out some spots, and so it's very fragmented blocks of land that make up the national forest in this section here. But I was able to find a spot, I could go down the forest road and find an area where I could pull off and set up a little camp. I didn't even set my tent up last night. I just cooked dinner on the tailgate and of the truck. Had some brats, pretty good. Brats and some baked beans, but may not have been a good idea for the sleeping bag. I'm gonna have to wash that. A little stinky. But yeah, I ended up just throwing my sleeping bag in the back of the truck and went to sleep. I just got done making breakfast. Made some breakfast burritos. Always the go-to when we're out here traveling. But I had stopped at grocery store the other day. I guess that was Saturday evening. Before I stopped, I grabbed some groceries and steaks and some sausages and bacon and eggs and some noodles. I get the ramen noodles, and because not for the ramen itself, or for the seasoning packets or anything like that. So I just want the noodles, and then I make up my own little soup thing. I got some beef, the beef bouillon cubes, and then I like cut up some bacon and hard boil an egg and stuff like that. Throw it in the all in the soup. Really good. But finding the noodles like that is a lot of times it's tough. So let's buy the ramen. It's cheap. But yeah, so I got a bunch of good food. But got my instant Black Rifle coffee, so I can just heat up the jet boil, and then got me some good coffee. But yeah, so that's what I got going on today, and gonna get going down the road here. So not a whole lot of excitement on this front end here. If you watched the last video, you know, I'm on a rush to kind of get across country. I mean, it's not a huge rush. I got 5 days to get out to California for my sister-in-law's wedding. I'm picking my wife and daughter up at the airport, as I said last time, on Wednesday, and then we'll go up to my in-laws, and the wedding's Saturday, and then I'll drop them off at the airport again on Monday, and then that's when I'll really be able to start exploring and take my time. This really is just drive all day. I did 565 miles yesterday, 11 and a half hours of driving. A lot of podcasts. So catching up on all that kind of good stuff. But and for some reason I ended up on the phone a lot yesterday. Everybody was calling me, but I guess that's the time to call me because I'm a captive audience. Otherwise, I may not answer the phone because I'm busy. But yeah, so if you want to talk to me, call me now because I got time. Although by the time you see this, it'll probably be after the wedding. I don't know, maybe. And I'll be in no land of no cell phones, hopefully. Okay, at any rate, yeah, so it was a long drive yesterday. So I'm trying to make it to the eastern side of New Mexico tonight. So I still got to do some map work here. I've got doing things kind of old school with new school. Got my my atlas here, and then just using that to kind of plan my route and look at the map and see where I want to be, and then I can use my phone with my modern stuff here. You know, I can put into the map where I want to go, and plus I can use my Onyx to kind of help a little bit with the looking up the public land areas and stuff like that. So a little bit better mapping access with that. So I gotta check that out here and see what the timeline looks like to get me out to that area. But I really would like to get through Oklahoma and then the Panhandle of Texas. I'm gonna have to drop back down to the 40 today. I don't, you know, being in the middle of March, early March right now, I really don't want to, on the front end here, I don't want to take the 70 across up through Colorado and whatnot. I just, there's a storm system right now. It's kind of been coming through the country, and I don't want to have something get me hung up along the way. If I was in a timeline to get to California by Wednesday, then I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just go and take my time. But I don't have that opportunity right now, so I'm gonna drop back down to the 40 and then cruise the rest of the way. But yeah, hopefully make it to eastern New Mexico, and then that would be good because then I would be able to they could slow down at that point. I could stop there tonight, and then I could plan on probably maybe around Flagstaff area, Arizona, for the tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night, because tomorrow night's Tuesday. Yeah, and then it'd be a easy drive on Wednesday to get out to the airport in California. So there you have it. 10 minutes of rambling from crazy guy in Missouri. But stick around. Hopefully you guys, get to enjoy some cool content here coming up. Not just me sitting here running my gums, but we'll put together some good stuff here. Hopefully, make sure if you haven't, hit that subscribe button. As always, leave a like, drop us some comments, and yeah, probably show you around the truck here on one of these videos. I'm gonna do some other stuff, talk about some other cool stuff. Get some great ideas, so don't want to miss anything. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.